Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ESPN Sunday Night Baseball game for this week. This game was played on June the 13th, 1993. From Arlington Stadium in Texas, it's the Cleveland Indians against the Texas Rangers. On the mound for the Rangers, right-hander Roger Pavlik. On the 93 season, he was 12-6 with a 3.41 ERA. And on the mound for the Cleveland Indians, Jose Mesa. Before he became closer, he was a starter. 10-12 with a 4.92 ERA. So it wasn't very good as a starter, which is, I guess, constituted his move to the bullpen. That's when he just shined. We also, back in school, used to call him, not back in school, but in my old job, we used to call him Joe Table, since Mesa is the Spanish word for table. All right, there you see our starting lineups for both teams, the benches, and the bullpens for both teams, so you know who is available. I've got the trifold just off camera where I can see it very easily. And we got our dice right here. And I think we're about ready to go. One little thing I did print off from the free site on replay rather. Not play, two different games. Replay, the replay freebies section. They have defensive team sheets, so I don't have to write in the ratings on the score sheets anymore. I can just use these to look it up. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner, the Cleveland Indians, all their players and their defensive ratings. And in the bottom right, Texas has all their players and defensive ratings. So I'll be referring to that rather than writing them on the score sheet. And I'm using a score sheet from Baseball Sim Research, not a replay score sheet in this particular game, just because. All right. So again, this was played on Sunday night, June 13th, 1993. So Roger Pavlik finishing up those warm-up tosses. And leading things off will be the speedster Kenny Lofton for the Indians. Next Sunday night, we're back in the National League. We'll be at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh as the New York Mets travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. And if I look at if I can find the lineups real quick, I can tell you who the pitching matchup is. If I can remember what I did with it. It's around here somewhere. Just don't know where I put it. Oh, here we go. For the Mets, it'll be right-hander Brett Saberhagen. And for the Pirates, it'll be left-hander. I believe his name is Steve Cook. It's Cook with the E on the end of it. So I think it's Steve Cook. I'm not sure, but Brett Saberhagen will be on the mound for the Mets. That'll be next Sunday night. But right now, we're in the American League Park, so there is going to be a designated hitter. And Reggie Jefferson and Juan Gonzalez are taking those duties tonight for each team, respectively. All right, Kenny Lofton against Roger Pavlik, and we're underway. 2-5-3, because they go red, white, and blue. 2-5-3. 2-5 is a 16. 2-3 is a 2. Total of 18 in column 2, and that is a fly out to center field. So one center fielder flies out to the other as David Hulse hauls it in for the first out. Center fielder for Texas. That'll bring up Wayne Kirby. Kirby is in right field for this game. And we have a 2-4-2. 2-4 is a 16. 2-2 is a 2 again. Total of 18. Same result. Fly out to center field. So 2 flyouts to center field to start the ball game. That'll bring up second baseman Carlos Baerga, a switch hitter. He'll bat left-handed against the righty Pavlik. 3-1-4. 3-1's a 31. 3-4 is a 1. Total of 32 in column 3. 32 in column 3 is a line out to right field. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Roger Pavlik and the Rangers as they dispatch of Cleveland rather quickly. We go to the bottom of the first. It is the Indians nothing, Rangers coming to bat. And Jose Mesa, a.k.a. Joe Table, will be on the mound for Cleveland. And David Hulse, who made 2 of those defensive plays to start the ball game, is in center field today. He'll be leading things off against Mesa. 6-3 is a 31, and a 6-1 is a 2, total of 33, and that's going to be a pop-up to second. Baerga is there, and there's one away. Butch Davis up for the Rangers. He's the left fielder in this game. Triple fours, fielding play. 4-4 is a 16. 4-4 is the shortstop. That's Felix the Cat Fermin. And Felix Fermin, I don't have to look at the card or anything else. I can go straight to this, and we see that Felix Fermin is a 4. So we add the 4 to the 16. It gives us a 20, and the infield is back. So with the infield back and a 20, it's a ground out, but it's going to take us to the first base umpire. First base umpire, so we roll 1d6. If it's a 1 or a 6, then that means Davis beats this out. 2, 3, 4, or 5, and Fermin will make the play. It's 2, so Fermin is able to just nip him at first base for out number 2. Want to avoid trying to show the trifold because when I bring that into play, it screws up the focus on my phone. So want to just going to read off what's there, and hopefully you guys will trust me on that. So Davis is out on the grounder to short, and here is Jose Canseco. 3-4, and that's a potential rare play with a 3-4 because that goes to a 57. The 3-5 is a 4, total of 61, and anything in column 3 that is 58 to 62 is a potential rare play. We roll 1d6. If it's a 1, then we check the foul ground territory at Arlington Stadium. If it's a 3 or a 5, we go to the rare play chart. If it's 2, 4, 6, it's a comebacker to the mound. It's a 4, so it's a comebacker to the mound. So Jose Canseco is going to try to beat this out. He runs at a 3. So the result is roll 1 die, gets the runner speed. If dies higher, he's out. That's simple. So he's a 3. So that means we need a 4 through 6 for him to be out. If it's a 1, 2, or 3, Canseco will beat it out. It's 4, so Mesa retires Canseco to end the inning. Canseco thought he was going to beat it out, but not so fast. And at the end of 1 complete, we are scoreless here at Arlington. Pavlik back out, and for whom the bell tolls, Albert Bell will be leading things off. He had the 38 home runs in 1993. Also stole 23 bases. I don't think of Albert Bell as a base stealer, but obviously he stole 23. And he's got a couple of asterisks on his card, plus and a plus sign, so that means he's got some activity there. Bell, 6'2", and we're going straight to the ballpark. First time. Ballpark card, if he does not homer, if he just singles, because this is almost guaranteed to be at least a single, but if he doesn't homer, he's going to get a chance to steal. So 6'2" is a 9, 6'5" is a 3. That's a 12 right now, but this is going to change based on what we have here for Arlington Stadium. Right now it's a 9, and again, we're going to hold this to know that Pavlik is a 3. We add 3 to whatever the new result is. Roll 1d6 and look at this RHB column, row right here, and see what the number changes to. It's a 3, so it stays a 9. It will stay a 9. So 9 to 3 is a 12. That's a potential home run. In fact, it most likely will be a home run. The only way it's not is if we roll a 1. If it's a 2 through 6, the home run will be good. And it's a 1. So how about that? Albert Bell gets a little bit cheated. At least I think that's the way he feels about it. It's just a long single, but it is the first hit of the game for Cleveland. But I'm thinking Albert Bell thought that one was gone. Kind of admired a little bit, and it hit off the wall, and should have been a double, but he was too busy admiring the blast and only made it to first base. So here's Sorrento. 3-5, that is a 3. And a 3-5 here is a 2. Total of 5 in column 3. That's a short fly to left, so that's 1 away. Sorrento is retired. For the designated hitter, Reggie Jefferson. 4-3, and that's a possible error. Since we get an 11, that means it's a possible error. Blue die is the second baseman, and that is Doug People Are Strange. And Doug People Are Strange is a 3, but he's a 52 error rating. That's the one we're worried about, is 52. So roll the dice. If they total more than 52, it'll be an error on the red and white. And if the blue die is a 6, it'll be a 2-base error. Otherwise, he'll make the play and will probably be a fielder's choice. It's a 52 on the number. It has to be higher than his defensive rating. It was not. So that means he makes the play. So with the infield halfway, it says here, forced out at second base. So that's what we have. So Strange was able to make the play. Flips over to Billy Ripken at short for the fielder's choice for 2 away. Jefferson is the new runner at first. And here comes former Cincinnati Red and Atlanta Brave Jeff Treadway at second base. Actually, he's playing third base today. 4-5, and that's an 11, so we get another possible error check. 4-3 is the third baseman, and that is Diaz, Mario Diaz. And if we look at the defensive chart for Texas, Mario Diaz, I'm sorry, is that third base, or did I have that mixed up? Did they not write it down correctly? Because on this chart it just has Palmer, so they're missing somebody. So let me go get Diaz. That chart wasn't done completely correct, apparently. So they only had Diaz at short. They didn't have him at third base for some reason. So Diaz at third base is a 65. So obviously we have to have a 66 for it to be an error. Otherwise he will make the play and the inning will be over. And he does make the play, and that's going to do it. It'll go 5-4 on the force play to end the inning. So nothing doing for Cleveland in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Score zip to zip. And Joe Table back out will be facing Juan Gonzalez, the designated hitter for the Rangers. And I want to make sure that I didn't mess up any focus by putting the charts, the little piece of paper in the way. So I always want to be cognizant of that after that one snafu I had the other day. So here is Gonzalez. 2-2, and that's an 11. And the discussion that Replay Gamer and I had, anytime you get an 11, it's a hit. You can't stop it. It's a base hit. Most of the times when you roll 2-2, most of the hitters have 11s here. And when they have an 11, there's no way to prevent that. I don't care how good of a pitcher you are, you cannot prevent it. So Juan Gonzalez, a leadoff single, and that brings up Rafael Palmeiro. 1-1, that's a 10, and a 1-1 is a 3 for a 13. 13 in column 1 is a single up the middle. Runners advance 1 base. If a runner has 4 or 5 speed, they get 2 bases. Juan Gonzalez's speed is a 4, so he will get 2 bases on that. So runners are at the corners now with nobody out. So since he had a 4 or a 5 speed, he was able to motor to third base. And now Ivan Rodriguez is up. Runners on the corners, nobody out for Joe Mesa. Cleveland will play back to try to turn a double play if possible. 4-3, and then you might get that double play. 4-3 is a 1. 4-5 is the shortstop, and that's Billy Ripken. And Billy Ripken at short is... Well, that thing I printed off really has some missing places. I should have checked it a little bit better. There's a lot of missing pieces to that, so that really is not going to do me a whole lot of good. Billy Ripken at short is a 4. All right, so a 1 and a 4 is a total of 5 with the infield halfway, and that's a second to first double play, so other runners advance. So the run will score, but it will be a double play. It is going to go 6-4-3. Gonzalez will score the first run of the game, but now there are 2 outs and the bases are clear. So as far as Cleveland's concerned, equitable trade, 2 outs for a run. It's still early. They have plenty of time to catch up. So here's Doug Strange. 3-2 is a 2. If he reaches, he's got an asterisk to steal, but he may not reach. 3-2 is a 2. 3-2 is a 2 here, total of 4. And that's a fly out to right to end the inning. But Texas scores a run on a double play ground out. And that's going to end the inning. So we go to the third. 1-0 favor of the Rangers. And Felix Fermin will lead off for Cleveland. followed by Junior Ortiz, and then back to the top of the order for Lofton. 3-5 is a 3. 3-5 is 2, total of 5, and that is a short fly to left field. Put away out there by Butch Davis, 1 away. And that sends us to Junior Ortiz. 1-5 is a 35. 1-5 is a 2, total of 37 in column 1. It's ground ball to second, easy play, 2 down. Back to the top of the order, Kenny Lofton. He flew to center his first chance. Ooh, 6-6, that's going to be a hit. That's a 7. Can't stop that. 6-4 is a 3. It's total of 10. That will be a single for Kenny Lofton. And he's got the asterisk, so he'll be looking to run with 2 outs and try to get himself into scoring position. So we will go to the stolen base grid that I use. And let's see, Pavlik has a whole rating of 3. Pudge Rodriguez, his defensive rating is a 5. So we got a 3, and I will show this one, and I'll correct the focus if I have to. 3 and a 5. So we go to the grid. Pitcher's hold 3, catcher 5 is right here, 46. And when you have a star, it says if the dice roll is equal to or less than the stolen base rating, the runner holds. So if we get a 46 or less, he has to hold. 47 or higher, he will steal it. So 46 is a magic number. It's 11, so he's got to hold. He cannot get the jump. So Lofton will be held tight. Hard to run on Pudge with that 5 rating. So here's Wayne Kirby, and let me double check and make sure the focus didn't get messed up putting that book there. Doesn't look like it did. It only gets messed up when it wants to, and when I'm not paying attention. When I'm all over it, it decides not to do it. But the one time I don't monitor it, it will do it. All right, so here's Kirby. 2-1 is a 37. 2-2 is a 2. Total of 39. 39 is a ground out pitcher to first, and it's also an injury. That column 2, when you get into that 22 to 55 range in column 2, is potential injury, and this one is. So Kirby will end up grounding back to Pavlik to end the inning, and he will have to exit. He is injured. Coming up lame, running down first base. So Kirby will leave, and Cleveland will need a new right fielder. And it looks like that's going to be Thomas Howard. So Thomas Howard will come in and play right field for Kirby, as Kirby is injured. And that's the only injury for Cleveland. They cannot have any more injuries. The other game I had last Sunday, I was coming up with multiple injuries, and I just had to put the stop on it at 1 because I'll run out of players if I don't. Because those injury rolls come up a little bit too often in this game for my taste. But that's just the way it is. There are some home brews to the injury that I've seen on the free website. I did not download any of that. I just kind of glanced at it, but I may look into that. I don't know. So Cleveland is gone in the 3rd with nothing doing. Still 1-0. I was expecting a higher scoring game than this, but there's still a lot of time left. Mario Diaz, number 8 hitter for Texas, playing third base today, or tonight, I should say. And he got a 6-6. That's going to be a base hit. Can't stop that. 6-6 is a base hit. That's a 7, so no matter what you add to 7, it's going to be a base hit. Officially, it's 2 for a total of 9, so that's definitely a single for Mario Diaz. He is aboard for Billy Ripken. Billy Ripken. Now, this is kind of an optimal thing to bunt. And actually, I'm going to pause the, well, I don't know if I need to pause the video or not. I might be able to go back and reach it myself. With this headset I'm wearing has a long cord, so I may be able to get back here and pull out the old-fashioned, or the extra book that I have that has the stolen base things on it. my extra trifold, so I think I'm able to do that. So let's try this out and see how it works. So we're going to our bunt play. Billy Ripken's bunt rating is a 1. It's the best you can have. Sacrifice bunt of a 1. The infield will play in at the corner, so we're going to use this column. Roll 2 d6s, add them up, and the blue die will tell us who fields it. All right, we get a 4. 4 says it's an FC, fielder's choice. The 4 blue die says the first base. So it is a fielder's choice. Lead runner is out. Lead runner is out. Focus seemed like it held up okay. So it was a bad bunt, to say the least, by Bill Ripken. He did not get the bunt down the way they certainly would have liked. They get the force play. That's fielded by the first baseman, Sorrento, and he threw over to the shortstop, Fermin. The out's going to go 3-6 on a fielder's choice. Billy Ripken is now the runner at first, but failed to do the job they asked him to do. And that'll bring up David Hulse, top of the order. Hulse popped to second his first time up. And another 6-6. Boy, Jose Mesa's getting some bad rolls here on 6-6s. That's a 7. 6-3 is a 2. Total of 9. That's a base hit. That's a single. Runners advance 1 base. Run on second could try for an extra base, but there is no runner on second yet. There is now. It's runners at first and second. Runners are at first and second, with 1 out. And Butch Davis, your batter. And Jose Mesa has to be careful. This is where the game can get away from you if you're not careful. 4-2. But he might get a break on a fielding chance. 4-2 is a 6. 4-6 is the second baseman. That is Baerga. And Baerga's defense, he is a 2. So the 2 and the 6 is a total of 8. The infield is halfway for a double play. It says ground out force at second base. Other runners advance. So there will be a force out. Ripken will take third. Davis will reach at first, but Hulse is out. And that out is going to go 4-6. So they weren't able to turn the fielder's choice, but they do get the force play. Ripken now at third. And Davis at first with 2 down for Jose Canseco. And you better stay away from the 6-6 column on Canseco, or that will be a goner automatically. With that 11, it's going to be automatic. We'll get a 2-6, and that's going to take us to another ballpark check with this looping line drive right here. The number here is a 2, but that's going to change based on what the ballpark does. The 4 means we are looking at the center fielder. That is Kenny Lofton. And Kenny Lofton's range is a 4. So as long as this number does not get raised to a 4 or a 5, Lofton will make the catch and the inning will be over. But if we roll a 6, that will change this to a 4, and they'll be safe. So basically 1-5 is out, 6 he's safe. And he say, how about that? It drops in. How do you like that? He cannot get to it. It will drop in for a base hit. The run will score. And now let's check on the other runners. Let's see. If outfield's defense is not higher than the raised number, the ball falls for a single. Runners advance 1 base, 2 bases. If their speed is higher than the outfielder's arm or with 2 outs. Well, there are 2 outs, so they get the 2 bases. So we're still with runners at the corners again. So Butch Davis motors over to third on the base hit by Canseco. And coming in is Billy Ripken to make it 2-0 Rangers. RBI single for Jose Canseco as he drops it in front of Lofton. He got a bad break on that. May have lost it in the lights here at twilight where the lights haven't taken full effect. And he may have just misjudged that a bit. Should have had it, but he did not. And here's Juan Gonzalez. 4-3 is a 2. 4-4 is the shortstop, and that is Fermin. And he will make the play on something that low. Fermin's defensive rating is a 4. So 4 and a 2, total of 6. That's an easy ground out to end the inning. But the Rangers sneak a run across again and take a 2-0 lead on Cleveland as we go to the 4th inning. And if I could learn to write a 1 without being messy, that would be great. But having penmanship issues, obviously. Definitely not a strong suit. All right, so Pavlik enjoying a 2-0 lead, and Carlos Baerga will be up. Heart of the order for Cleveland. This is their time to make some hay. Baerga did fly to right his first chance. 6-3 is a 16. 6-3 is a 2, total of 18, and that's just a deep fly to left field. And Butch Davis will haul it in at the track, 1 away. Here's Albert Bell. He got kind of robbed of a home run. He thought it was a home run, but ended up bouncing off the wall, and he got stuck with a long single. 1-4 is a 35. 1-2 is a 1, total of 36. And 36 says in column 1 it is a grounder to third base. And Diaz will make the play. Over to Palmeiro, 2 down. 2 up and 2 down for Paul Sorrento. Sorrento flew to left his first chance. 2-6, and we're back to the fielding play on a looping liner. The 5 is the right fielder this time. That is Jose Canseco. And Jose Canseco is only a 2. So the only way Canseco will make this catch is if the one die we roll changes this to a 1. If we roll a 1, it will make this a 1, and Canseco will make the catch. Anything else, he will not make the catch. And what do you know? Lofton can't make the catch. Canseco can. That's just the way it's gone for the Cleveland Indians in this game. Sorrento flies out on a shoestring catch by Jose Canseco. Didn't have to use his head on that one. And that's going to end the inning. So tough break there for Mr. Sorrento, but that's just the kind of night it's been for Cleveland so far. We go to the bottom of the 4th. And due up, it's Rafael Palmeiro. He singled his first chance. 2-5 is a 16. 2-1 is a 3. Total of 19, and that's a fly out to center field, where Kenny Lofton is waiting for it, 1 away. Brings up Pudge Rodriguez. He hit into the double play that scored the run back in the second. Of course, no RBI given for that. 2-2, and there's that dreaded 2-2 again with an 11, but he's got a plus sign here, so he's going to have to steal. He has no choice. He's going to have to try to steal. So we look into our grid again, this time for the Cleveland battery. Mesa's hold is a 4, and Ortiz, check his defense. Ortiz is a 4. So we got a 4 and a 4 on the grid. And a 4 and a 4 on the grid gives us a number of 46, much like we had here with the 3 and the 5. So it's 46 again. So again, it's a 46. 46 or less, he is caught stealing because that's a plus sign, not a star. So he would be caught on a 46 or less. If we roll a 61 or higher, there's a potential error on the throw by the catcher. But if it's 46 or less, he's going to be out trying. And he is. So Rodriguez is thrown out trying to steal for out number 2. So we got the base hit, but got caught stealing. And it's going to go 2-6 as Mr. Fermin put on the tag. Doug Strange out now with 2 outs and the base is clear. 5-2 is a 27. First time we've rolled in column 5, I think. 5-2 is a 27. 5-5 is a 3. Total of 30. And that is a fly out center field to end the inning as Kenny Lofton puts it away. So 4 innings are in the books in Texas. Score is Texas 2 and Cleveland nothing. Here on the Sunday night ESPN Game of the Week, American League style. And due up for the Cleveland Indians will be Reggie Jefferson. Make sure do that little bit extra juice on the focus there to make sure nothing's messed up. Although I know you don't want to see my hand like that. That's probably a little scary, but just want to make sure everything is copacetic. Jefferson has reached on a fielder's choice his first chance. 5-4 is back to a fielding check. 5-4 is a 16. 5-3 is I'm sorry, 5-4 is not a fielding chance. 5-4 is over here to 27. Duh, read the red first. 5-4 is a 27. 5-3 is a 5. Total of 32. And that's a fly out to left field. And Reggie Jefferson flies out to Butch Davis for out number 1. Brings up Jeff Treadway. Treadway also reached on the fielder's choice. 3-4, and we're back to potential rare play again with that 57. See what we get. We get a 1. That means we're looking at Arlington Stadium for a foul pop or a foul out. It looks like there is not a whole lot of room in Arlington Stadium for foul balls. So on a 1 or 2, it's a foul out, presumably to the catcher. If it was a 3 or through 6, it's just a foul ball in the stands. And Treadway would get to swing again. And he does. So swing on the house for Treadway. He gets a second opportunity. 1-3 is a 4. 1-5 is a 2. Total of 6. And he's going to strike out. So he may have preferred if it was a foul out, but he ends up striking out for out number 2. 2 down for Felix Fermin. 5-4 is a 27. 5-2 is a 4. Total of 31, and that's going to be a fly out to center field. Hulse puts it away, and the inning is over. So Pavlik, 5 shutout innings against the Cleveland Indians and their potent offense. So he's doing very well for himself as the Rangers have a 2-0 lead. And Mesa back out. He'll be facing Mario Diaz, the third baseman. Diaz singled his first time up. 4-1 is a 1. 4-6 is a second baseman. That is Bayerga. Bayerga checks in as a 2, so that's a total of 3. Easy ground ball. 1 away. Diaz is out of there. For the catcher, Junior Ortiz. 4-3, another fielding check. 4-3 is a 16. 4-3 is a third baseman, and that is Diaz. And Diaz as the third baseman. Let's see what his numbers say. Third baseman Mario Diaz. Why am I not finding Mario Diaz's card in my selection here? What happened to his card? 1, 2. All right, something happened to his card. I'm not sure what happened to it. Unless it got put in the wrong stack. It did. It got behind Cleveland by some chance. I don't know why. Diaz checks in at third base as a 4. So the 4-3 is a 16. So we get a total of 20 in column 4 with the infield back. And that's, again, we're going to the umpire chart. A 1 through 6, he'll be safe. 1 or 6, he's safe. 2 through 5, he's out. It's 4, so he is out of there. Nice play by Mr. Diaz, now that I finally found him. But he makes the play. 2 up and 2 down, and the order gets flipped. Wait a minute, something's going on here. What did I do that was wrong? Fermin made the final out. Yep, okay. So why did I have Ortiz up there? That was weird. That should have been Billy Ripken batting, not Ortiz. So that's where I got screwed up to begin with. I put Diaz in the wrong pile. I went to Cleveland's pile instead of Texas's pile. So 86 at bat. We'll redo it because that was incorrect. Had the wrong guy up there. So we'll give Ripken another chance, as he never got a chance to bat. Well, that's kind of embarrassing when you do something like that, but at least I'm glad I caught it. So Mesa, after disposing of Diaz, will now pitch to Ripken. 2-1 is a 23. 2-3 is a 3, total of 26. And that's a ground out third to first. And again, we're back to the injuries. And this is Texas's first injury, so Billy Ripken will have to be replaced On the ground ball to third base, it's going to go 5-3 for out number 2, and now Bill Ripken will have to leave. He was playing short, so I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to move Diaz to short and bring in Dean Palmer to play third base. I think that's what they're going to do. So Dean Palmer will come in and play third base. Diaz will move to short. And Palmer will bat in the number 9 position and play third base, with Diaz moving to short. All right, so Billy Ripken will get the rest of the night off as he tried to hustle down the line and maybe felt something tweak a little bit and wasn't comfortable, so they're going to pull him and give him the rest of the night off. Hulse now the batter. He is 1 for 2. So there are no more injuries now because I've done my injuries. 3-3 is a 70. That's a very unusual result to get something that large. That's a 70. 3-5 is a 4, total of 74 in column 3, and that is a triple into the gap. A triple into the gap. Had we had a 1 here, had the pitcher been a 1, that would have been a 71. It would have been a pop up to first. But when the pitcher, this is the hits allowed. 1's the best, 4 or 5 is the worst. A lot of pitchers that don't give up many hits have a 1 here. If that had been a 1, would have combined it with the 70, it'd been a 71, it would have been a pop out, but instead it's a triple. So Mesa unable to stop that. It's a 2-out triple for Hulse. That's the only good news for Mesa, is it came with 2 outs and the base is empty. So he has a chance to get out of this with Butch Davis. If he can get Butch Davis, he can get out of this. 1-5, he will get out of it. 1-5 is a 4. 1-6 is a 4, total of 8. And that is a pop out to third base. Now, in some instances with runner on third, had there been less than 2 outs, if they had a carrot there, that would have been a sacrifice fly, but none of that applied. It's simply going to be a pop out to third. And Jose Mesa pitches around that 2-out triple. And the score is still 2-0. So we go to the 6th. And Tabby is somewhere, I don't know where, but she's being quiet, which is an excellent thing. So I'm not going to, knock on wood, not going to try to jinx it. All right, here's Junior Ortiz. Up legitimately this time. 3-6, that's the left-right split. First one we come to, and it's a righty against a righty, and that is a line out to short. That 3-6 roll was the left-right check for everybody. And righty versus righty is a liner to short. 1 away. And here comes Kenny Lofton, back to top of the order. Lofton, 1 for 2. He did single his last time up, but didn't go anywhere else. 4-4 is an 11. That's a possible error now. 4-3 is a third baseman. That is Dean Palmer. I tell you what, you check into the game and the ball will find you. So Dean Palmer, first chance in, his error rating is an 11. So looks like he's going to make an error unless we roll an 11 on the red dice. And we do not. It is going to be an error on Dean Palmer. So he checks into the game and immediately gets an E5 to his credit. So E5 on Dean Palmer. And Lofton is aboard. I am doing automated steals, and there is no asterisk there or anything, so not going to be any steal attempt. But he is on with 1 out for Thomas Howard, who's 0 for 2. 4-4, and that's a 1. Could be a double play. In fact, it will be a double play. Nothing you can add to this 1 is going to change things, because the most you can add is a 5, and that would make it a 6, and you still have a double play. 2 through 6. Now, you would have to go to the pivot for if this was a 6. But most likely, let's see, your 1 is the first baseman. That is Palmeiro. And Palmeiro's defensive rating is a 1, which is obviously the best you can have. So you get a total of 2. And so that is an easy 3-6-3 twin killing to end the inning. So just like that, Pavlik gets out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-0 Texas. And Jose Canseco stepping up. Now, fatigue-wise, Pavlik can face 27 batters. Jose Mesa can face 26. See, Pavlik has faced right now 20, so he's in good shape. Jose Mesa has also faced 20, but now he's coming into his inning here, so if he faces 6 batters this inning, he'll be right at his fatigue level, so we'll keep an eye on that. Plenty of guys in the bullpen. They got 6 bullpen arms down there, 3 lefties, 3 righties, so no hesitation to use them. Here's Canseco. He singled his last time up. 1-6 is a 35, 1-4 is a 3, total of 38, and that's a ground ball to third. Easy play for Treadway, 1 down. Bring up Juan Gonzalez. Gonzalez, 1 for 2, singled and scored in the second, grounded to short in the third. 2-3 is a 2, 2-3 is a 3, total of 5, and anything less than 6 in column 2 is a strikeout. So 2 down, and that brings up Palmeiro. Turned that nice double play his last time. 4-3 is an 11, that's an error check. 4-5 is the shortstop. So now we got Diaz, who moved from third to short. So we'll check Diaz's numbers as a shortstop this time. He is a 56. 56, so have to roll higher than 56 for it to be an error. And we do not. It's 53, so he barely makes the play. Struggles, but does make the play. 6-3 ground out, and the inning is over. So 6 innings are in the books here at Arlington Stadium on Sunday Night Baseball, and it's still 2-0 Texas. And Pavlik pretty much been in control the whole game. No one from Cleveland has even made it to second base yet. So he's been pretty much in charge so far. Here's Carlos Baerga. He's 0 for 2 coming into this. 2-1 is a 49. Again, we'll be looking at a possible injury, but we're not going to do injuries because I've already had one. 2 is a 1 there. That's a total of 50. 50 would be a ground ball to short with a 2-game injury, but again, we're not going to do injuries because we've already had 1 injury each, and I don't want to have a mash unit going around here. So ground out for 1 away for Albert Bell. 6-5 is a 36, and anytime you get a 36 in column 6, it's a strikeout. Just like a 13 in APA. They're equivalent. So 2 down for Paul Sorrento. 1-6 is a 45. When the base is empty, that's also a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Pavlik. And we go to the 7th inning stretch here in Arlington with the score still Texas 2 and Cleveland nothing. Much better pitching matchup than what I thought we would have. Since it's a 7th inning stretch, I'm going to stretch myself. Stand up and take a stretch break and check the focus and everything. Make sure everything is showing up all right on camera. Looks like it's still good to go. Tabby is quiet, which is a good thing. So is Gracie. So no interruptions, no noises. So we're ready to keep going here in the bottom of the 7th. Mesa back out. Can face 26 batters. He has faced 23 right now. So bullpen activity for Cleveland in the works. They do have left-hander Derek Lilliquist loosening in the pen. So he is loosening. Derek Lilliquist. Actually, no, it will not be. He had 10 saves. He's like their closer, so I'm not going to use him. Well, actually, Plunk had 15 saves, so we can use Lilliquist. So Lilliquist is loosening in the pen. If we get to a tough lefty, they may bring him in. Right now, it's Pudge Rodriguez that gets the call. He's 1 for 2. He did get caught stealing. 4-2 is a 1. 4-4 is a shortstop for me, and that is an easy 6-3 ground out to start the 7th inning. 1 away, Doug Strange. Strange 0 for 2. He flew to right and flew to center. 6-1 is a 16. 6-2 is a 2 for an 18. And now he's going to fly to left. So he's completed the circuit. He's been out on a fly to right, fly to center, and fly to left. He's completed the whole trip around the outfield. 2 up and 2 down for Mario Diaz. He's 1 for 2 with a single. 2-5 is a 16. 2-5 is a 4, total of 20. It's a fly out to right field to end the inning. And Jose Mesa makes it through 7 innings. And actually now with all these right-handers coming up, still coming up for Texas, they have sat Lilliquist down, but a right-hander has begun to throw. And that is not Eric Plunk, he's the so-called closer. We've got, let's see, who do they want to have loosening here? They do have Heathcliff Slocum, if you got him. Got him from the Cubs earlier. Came over in a trade, so he's here with Cleveland now. So he will be in the bullpen and would probably pitch the 8th inning for Cleveland most likely. Pavlik now, let's see. Pavlik has faced, he's really done well. He has not faced that many batters. He has faced, 18, 23. So he's going to stay out there. Now the bullpen for the Rangers is going to get some activity as they don't want to let it get too far out of hand. So they do have double-barreled action in the Texas bullpen. They have right-hander Matt Whiteside and left-hander Bob Patterson. Righty-lefty workings in the bullpen, Patterson and Whiteside. Tom Hinkey's the closer. Not ready for him just yet, but they want to use these other guys just in case Pavlik gets into trouble early, but he's pitching so well, it looks like he's just in control. 2-4, and that is a 55 with a raised number of 3, which does not change because it's not in the orange area. So whoever the fielder is has to have a range of 4 or better to make this catch. The blue die is a 1, which means we're checking the left fielder. That is Davis for Texas. Butch Davis has to have a 4 or better to make this catch. In left field, Butch Davis is only a 3. So this is going to drop for a base hit. And it says runner advances 2 bases if their speed is higher than the outfielder's arm. Butch Davis's arm is a 3. Jefferson's speed is a 3. It's the same. It's not greater than that. So he holds at a long single for Reggie Jefferson. Base hit for Jefferson. And here comes Jeff Treadway, a lefty. Five, 6 is a 1F. The F is the action chart if he reaches. So we got a 1 here. 5, 5 is a 5 here. Total of 6. Based on balls with runner on first only, then it's a 2-ball count. So it's not going to be a walk because runner's in first base. So we're going to make it a 2-ball count and try again. 3-6 is a left-right split, and this time it's a lefty versus a righty. So it will be a base hit, and it's a 2-base advancement automatically on that result. So now runners are at the corners, and maybe we should have brought the lefty in to face Treadway, but too little too late. Now it's Felix Fermin, and Fermin's a 263 hitter, so they're going to leave him in there. Now Junior Ortiz, the catcher, doesn't hit very well, so they may very well go to a relief, a bench guy for him. Jesse Levis could come in and catch, but they got some decent sticks on the bench. Carlos Martinez and Glenn Allen Hill. So they've got some guys that can hit, but we'll see how it goes. Nobody out, runners at the corners. With a 2-run lead, Texas will play back for the double play. Here is Fermin. He is batter number 26. 5-2 is a 27. 5-3 is a 5. It's a 32, column 5, and that is a fly out to left field. If he had the caret symbol, it would be a sacrifice fly, but he does not have that, so it's just going to be a fly out to left field, not deep enough to score anybody, so that's 1 away. And now down by 2 runs, Cleveland will go to the bench. Ortiz only hit .221 on the season, and he's 0 for 2 in this game, so they're going to call on Carlos Martinez to pinch hit. So Martinez will pinch hit, and then Jesse Levis will take over as the catcher. So Carlos Martinez will do the pinch hitting. here in the 8th inning, and then Jesse Levis will take over as the catcher. Infield still at double play depth. This is batter 27. So the bullpen, lefty in the bullpen, Mr. Patterson is ready for Kenny Lofton next. So this is the last batter Pavlik's going to face. 3-4, and it's a possible rare play. See what we get. We get a 4. It's a comebacker to the mound. And with 1 out, you got your choice. You can go after the batter or go after any base runner you wish. So who's the slowest base runner? Carlos Martinez is a 2. Jeff Treadway is a 3. Reggie Jefferson is also a 3. So your best opportunity to get an out is Carlos Martinez. He is a 2, which means you only need a 3 through 6 to make an out. If you try for one of these guys with a 3 speed, you need a 4 through 6 to be an out. So they're going to go for the runner at first base. The best odds they have. They need anything other than a 1 or 2, he's going to be out. And 6, so he is definitely out. The run will score. So the run does score. But second out is recorded. It is an RBI ground out by Carlos Martinez. A pinch hit RBI ground out. And Jesse Levis will come in and catch in the bottom of the 8th. Going to second base on the play is Treadway. And the out is going to be recorded 1-3. And that's going to be it for Pavlik. He can win it. He cannot lose it. The runner on second, Treadway, is his responsibility. So if he scores, then he'll get a no decision. But if the bullpen can keep that run from scoring, then he's still in line for potential victory. Bob Patterson it is. He is on. The lefty to face Kenny Lofton. And Patterson is a fly ball pitcher. That's what that C6 is. So if we roll in column 4 and the blue die is a 2 or a 5, we will shift everything to column 6. So that's what we got. 2 outs and Kenny Lofton the batter. 2-4 is an 11. That's going to be hard to beat for a base to not, to be out. 2-3 is a 1, total of 12 in column 2, and that's going to be a single. Runners advance 1 base with 2 outs. Runner on second scores. So we got a tie game. So Kenny Lofton ties the game with a base hit. So Pavlik now saddled with a no decision. We are tied at 2, and that was a plus sign. So that means Kenny Lofton has to steal. And Patterson's hold is a 3. The catcher, Pudge, is a 5. So we're still using that magic 46 number. So he needs a 46 or higher. 47 or higher to steal. 46 or less, he is out. 52, he's going to steal it. So Kenny Lofton will steal second base. And now he's in scoring position for the right fielder, Thomas Howard. He came in on the injury to Wayne Kirby. So Howard is a switch hitter. So let's see what they want to do here. I guess they're going to leave Patterson in there to face Thomas Howard. 3-5 is a 3. 3-5 is a 3 here. Total of 6 in column 3. And that's a fly out to center field to end the inning. And that's going to be it for Bob Patterson. So Bob Patterson gets a blown save here in the 8th inning. 2-run score for Cleveland to tie the score at 2 apiece. And we'll see if that, since the fact that it's tied, they may go to a different pitcher. The Indians, they may want to go to a better pitcher. So let's see who's coming up. It's Palmer, Hulse, and Davis, which is right, left, right. So 2 righties coming up. So they may go with Slocum anyway. Or they may go with Jeremy Hernandez. Actually, you know what? They're going to go to Eric Plunk. They're going to go to Eric Plunk. They're not going to mess around. Eric Plunk is on. So Plunk is on to face Palmer here in the bottom of the 8th in a 2-2 tie. Tabby has awakened. Hopefully she will stay quiet and not jump near the table. So Dean Palmer will lead things off against Mr. Plunk. First at bat for Dean Palmer since coming in for the injured Billy Ripken. 4-4, and that's a 4. 4-4 is a shortstop for Mean. For Mean at shortstop is a 4 also. It's a total of 8. With the infield back, that is a simple 6-3 ground out. 1 down, and here comes Hulse, center fielder. He actually tripled his last time up. He's 2 for 3, a single and a triple. 4-4 is a 1. 4-6 is the second baseman, Baerga, and that will be an easy play. 2 up and 2 down. And it will bring up Butch Davis. He's 0 for 3. 1-3 is going to be 0 for 4. Now that is a strikeout because 1-3 is a 1, 1-4 is a 1, total of 2, easy strikeout. And Mr. Plunk puts them down in order 1, 2, 3. Here in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th tied at 2 apiece rather. So now no save situation for the home team. So what's usually best to do at that point is to go ahead and bring in the best you have. And that's going to be Mr. Tom Hinkie. Can't get a save, so you might as well bring him in right now. No sense holding him back. You don't want to lose the game with him on the bench. He'll be facing Baerga, Bell, and Sorrento. So he's got to face the heart of the order, so you want your best out there if you're Texas. So it will be Baerga. And Baerga's 0 for 3 in this game. 4-2 is an 11 possible error again. 4-5 shortstop. That is Diaz. Diaz's error rating at short. He checks in with a 56. So this has to be a 57 or higher on the red and white dice to be an error. It is not, so he makes the play on Carlos Baerga. 1 away for Albert Bell. 1-1 is a 20. 1-1 is a 1. Total of 21. That is a line drive single plus a possible error. The blue die tells you who the error's chance is on. It's the left fielder, Davis. And let's read what it says. Roll against the error rating of the fielder. Rolls higher, batter advances an extra base. So let's go to Butch Davis. His error rating in left field is a 34. So if you roll a 35 or higher, it will be an error. And it is. So it will be an error. Albert Bell singles and takes second on the error. So bad time to have an error, but that's just what happened. Single plus E7. And with 1 out, Cleveland has the go-ahead run in scoring position for Paul Sorrento. Hinkie trying to bear down. Sorrento is 0 for 3. Whoop, the blue die never made it through. Kind of weird. Let's redo that. 2-6, and we're going to this ballpark card again. The blue die is a 2, which is the left fielder Butch Davis again. Davis's range is a 3. So right now he would not make the play. He needs this to drop to a 2 or less, 2 or a 1 to make the play. So coming over here, 2s and 1s are 1, 2, and 3 on the die. So if we roll the 1 die and it's a 1, 2, or 3, he will make the catch because it drops this to a 2 or a 1. If we roll a 4 through a 6, it's going to stay either a 3 or raise to a 4, and he will not make the catch. And most likely the run will score. We shall see. This is a big play. 1 to 3, he will make a catch. And he does. So, wow. Nice catch out there by Butch Davis. Potentially saving a run on that particular play. Let's see here. Runner on second and third advance 1 base if the speed is greater than the outfielder's arm. So the runner, Albert Bell, may be able to take third on that. His speed is a 3. Davis's arm is also a 3. It's the same, not more, so he does have to hold. So 2 down, and that definitely saved a run. Kept the score tied, and here's Reggie Jefferson against Hinkie. 1-6-45, and that's going to be another strikeout to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 2. And it's getting a little stuffy up here, so I'm going to turn on the window air conditioner we got here, so hopefully it won't make a whole lot of noise. But Gracie's over here panting, and I'm getting a little hot myself, so have to go with comfort above sound quality sometimes. So it's just the way it goes. So hopefully that sound is not too annoying. But we go to the bottom of the ninth. Plunk is going to stay out there. He retired all three he faced, so there's no reason to pull him right now. So Plunk will be facing Jose Canseco. Start the bottom of the ninth in a 2-2 tie. 2-1 is a 21. 2-2 is a 1, total of 22. It's a ground out to catcher to first. Another injury check, but again, we've already had our injuries for each team, so Canseco is not going to be injured. He'll just be out as Jesse Levis makes the play. Here's Juan Gonzalez. 3-4. It's another rare play opportunity. It's a 6, so it's again a comebacker to the mound. His speed is a 4. Need a 5 or a 6 to be out. 1-4, he beats it out. And he does. So infield single for Juan Gonzalez. So the winning run is at first base with 1 out for Rafael Palmeiro. And let's see what they want to do with Plunk. You know what? They don't want to take a chance. Palmeiro, on his card, if he rolls a 6-2 or a 6-4, it's a home run. The game's over with those 11s. So they're going to go to the bullpen for the lefty, Derek Lilliquist, to turn him around. So Lilliquist will be coming on in place of Plunk. Lefty on lefty matchup, trying to send this game to extra innings. 2-6, and we're back to this raised number again. And the 1 means we're going to the left fielder. This case, that is Albert Bell. So Albert Bell in left field, his range is a 3. Right now it is a 3. But again, if we roll a 1 through 3, it drops it to a 2 or less. If it's a 4, 5, or 6, the hit stands. It's a 4, so the hit stands. Check base runner advancement. Says that the runner's speed is higher than the outfielder's arm. Bell is a 4 with his arm. Gonzalez's speed is a 4. They're the same, not greater. So just a 1 base advancement. But now runners are at first and second with 1 out. And Pudge Rodriguez, the batter, he could walk this thing off right here with 1 out. (4-2) is a 1. He can also hit into a double play. 4-2 is a 1. 4-1 is the second baseman. Second baseman is Strange. He's got a rating of 3. That's a total of 4 in column 4. And that is a 4-6-3 double play. And we have free baseball here on Sunday Night Baseball as we are going to the 10th. 10th inning is coming up. Tom Hinkie will be back out for the Rangers to go 1 more inning. And coming up for the Indians, it'll be Jeff Treadway to lead off the top of the 10th. Treadway is 1 for 3. Dropped the die, and Tabby thought it was a mouse. Looking over there at it. Here's Treadway. 3-4 again, a rare play chance. But again, it's a comebacker to the mound because it's even. That's one of the knocks on this thing, where we may have to homebrew something because we get too many of those comebackers to the mound. Not enough rare plays. So his speed is a 3. This has to be a 4 or greater to put him out. It is. So Hinkie makes the play for out number 1. Good idea to keep the leadoff man off bases. Off the bases. 1-3 ground out. That will send up Felix the Cat Fermin. 4-4 is a 2. 4-6 is the second baseman. That is Strange. And Strange is a 3. So you add the 3 to the 2. You get a total of 5, and that's an easy ground out, 4-3 for out number 2. Jesse Levis will take his first at bats. He came in to catch for Junior Ortiz when they pinch hit for him. So this is Levis's first chance to bat. A 175 hitter, so not very good. 4-3 is an 18. You might get a break here. 4-3 is an 18. 4-5 is a shortstop for me. Shortstop rather is Diaz. So Diaz checks in as a 4. So we get a 4 and an 18. That's a total of 22 with the infield back, and that's a single off the glove. So how about that? Jesse Levis gets a 2-out single. 2-out single keeps the inning going for Kenny Lofton. Henke trying to finish the inning, doesn't want to be removed mid-inning. Well, they do have Craig Lefferts, a lefty, in the bullpen if needed. But you go with your best you have. Lofton 4-1 is a 25. 4-5 is the shortstop. And that is Diaz again, and he is a 4. So that's a total of 29 in column 4. And that's a bunt down the line. So this is where the game kind of screws up a little bit because you don't want the shortstop's not going to field that. So that's one tweak that they need to correct, because you're not going to bunt and have the shortstop try to field it. That's just not going to happen. So because everybody's playing back with 2 outs, the shortstop's not going to try to field this thing. It's going to be the third baseman trying to field this thing. One way or the other, you're going to roll 2 dice, and the way it works is, if both dice are higher than the run rating of the we're holding against the fielder's range, my bad. So the range of the third baseman Palmer is a 4. It's the same range as Diaz, so it's a 4. So basically, we need both these dice to be 5s or 6s in order to get Lofton out. Otherwise, he's going to beat it out. And he does, because the 3 is not higher than the 4. So even though the 6 was higher, doesn't matter. Both dice had to be higher. So Kenny Lofton beats out the bunt hit, and now we're looking at runners at first and second with 2 outs for Thomas Howard. Henke got the first 2 outs relatively easy, but that third out is proving to be a little bit difficult. 2-2, and that's that dreaded 11. You can't stop it. It's a base hit, and with 2 outs, runners on second will score. So that's going to really hurt. Because I think if actually with the star here, he would have stopped that, but I don't think the blue die was a 6. The blue die would have had to have been a 6 here. And I'm not sure if he was. I think I hit these dice, and now I really messed up because I don't know what it was. So I'm not sure even how to handle that. I don't remember that blue die being a 6. I think that got moved because realistically, I know this was a 2. It had to be in this range. Question is, was that blue die originally a 6? If it was originally a 6, there's no star here, so the base hit would be good. If there's a star there, then it changes to a pop out to first, and the inning would be over. That's why Henke's so tough. He would take that hit away. And I can't remember if the blue die was originally a 6 or not. And since I can't remember, I've got to go with how it's showing. So I'm going to say it's a base hit. And it may have made a big boo-boo there, but I don't know what else to do with it. I can't go back and look at it, so there's no way to tell. Unfortunately, I'm not doing this live. If I was, somebody would have probably been able to tell me what it was. But I just have to go with it. So here's Baerga. 6-2 is a 9. That's even more trouble. It's we're in the ballpark. 6-6 is a 4. That's a total of 13. That would be a home run, but let's see if Baerga, how that changes. He's a switch hitter batting left-handed, so they need a real low number on this die. And they got it a 1, so that changes it to a 6. So a 6 and a 4 is 10. It's just going to be a single, but I think the run's going to score either way. Run on second may try and score, and defense may try to throw home. Let's see. says with 2 outs, runners advance 2 bases. And Tabby is now chiming in. She couldn't take the extra innings apparently. So I'm going to try to appease her while I'm trying to figure this thing out. Very weird. It doesn't say, it says 2 outs, runners advance 2 bases. That's if there's no throw home. But I'm guessing that's for either case, whether they throw home or not. So with 2 outs, that means they're not going to throw anything. Okay, it says if no throw home, or there is a throw home. So he's not going to get that home. He's not going to get home automatically. So we're going to throw home and see what happens. Runner on second base is Kenny Lofton, who's got excellent speed, obviously. So let's see if there's even a chance to get him at the plate. Lofton runs at a 5, which is the best you can have. Hold on, Tabby. She's really getting on my nerves now. So 5 is the best you can have. And it was a total of 9, which is to center field. So where Hulse is the arm rating. Hulse's arm rating is just a 2. So it says roll die versus runner's speed. If die is higher, he is out. So basically we'd have to roll a 6 to throw him out. If we don't get him, then all the runners get 2 bases. Well, the runner on first would get 2 bases. The batter stays put, but the runner would get to third. So the only thing it would cost Texas is the runner on second versus the runner on third. But if you roll a 6, you just happen to throw Lofton out. And they do. So how about that? They throw Lofton out. Wow. But they had to take that chance. They had no choice. They had to. They couldn't allow that second run to go through if they could avoid it. So Lofton is out. It's going to go 8-2 on the single from Carlos Baerga. But it's going to end the inning. Cleveland does score the run, though, to take a 3-2 lead after trailing 2-0. And I'll let her get her 2 seconds of fame in so we can be done with it, and I can move on to the bottom of the 10th. Maybe if I put her up here, that'll tell her she doesn't really want to be up here, and then we can finish the game. So there you go, Tabby. All right, so now for Cleveland in the bottom of the 9th, they will bring on Lilliquist. He was already on, but they will keep him on. He only faced 2 batters. He got the double play from Ivan Rodriguez to end the 9th, so he's definitely does not have fatigue against him. Rangers do have some guys on the bench. Julio Franco is available to pinch hit. He hits .289, so they may pinch hit him against. They may use him against instead of Doug Strange. Strange is playing second base. Franco's at DH. Let's see, do they have anybody else play the infield? They do not, so they have to use Strange to hit because they wouldn't have anybody to play defense. What they could do is, well, they're pretty much stuck with who they got because with Billy Ripken getting hurt, it really took away all their options defensively. So they're going to have to go with Strange. They don't have any choice. 1-3 is a 3. 1-2 is a 2. Total of 5, and that is a strikeout. And what we're doing here, when Lilliquist faces a left-handed batter, we read in this upper section. When he faces a right-hander, we read in the lower section. Strange is a switch hitter batting right. So when you get to that 2, we come down here. 1 and 2 is this top white row. 3 and 4 is the middle white row, and 5 and 6 the bottom white row. Same thing with the blue up there. But Strange is out. Strange is out with a strikeout, and that'll bring up Mario Diaz. Again, can't pinch hit for anybody because wouldn't have anybody to play defense. 5-1 is a 2. 5-4, he's a right-hander, so 5-4 is a 1. Total of 3, and that's a ground ball to second. Baerga makes the play, 2 down, and Cleveland's going to come into Texas and steal one, apparently. Last chance for the Rangers is Dean Palmer. He does have some pop, 33 home runs, so down to the last shot. 1-1 is a 1, 1-6 is a 3, total of 4. It is a strikeout, and the ball game is over. Derek Lilliquist takes care of the Rangers in the bottom of the 10th, and that is your ball game. Cleveland Indians fell behind 2-0 after 7 innings, but come back and win it in extras by the final score of 3-2. We'll pause the video and come back with the totals and get you ready for next Sunday. Okay, so final score here from Arlington Stadium. The Arlington fans go home a little disappointed, thinking they had the win in hand, but Cleveland came back from a 2-0 deficit to win it 3-2. 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Cleveland. 2 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors for the Rangers. Cleveland left 6 on base. Texas left 4 on base. But one of the 4 for Texas was Hulse at third base after he had a 2-out triple, and they just could not get him home. Winning pitcher was Derek Lilliquist. He got the last 2 outs in the 9th and then pitched the 10th to get the win. Tom Henke takes the loss in relief as he pitched the 10th. If we go to any kind of star of the game for Cleveland, well, Kenny Lofton had a pretty good day. He was 3 for 5 with a stolen base, and he drove in a run, so he certainly could be up there. Guy you feel bad for is Pavlik. He pitched so well until he ran out of gas, basically, and they got to him in the 8th inning. And, of course, the bullpen unable to get it done. So Cleveland comes back and steals one. Next Sunday night, we'll be in Pittsburgh for the New York Mets against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Starting pitchers Saberhagen and Cook. And there you see who's going to be on the bench and bullpens for that game. That'll be a June 20th game. For this game here, Texas actually won the real game 5-1. And it was Cleveland making 2 errors, not Texas. So a little bit of reversal of fortunes there. Next video will be either on Monday or Tuesday, I'm not sure which, will be the Yankees against Toronto in the payoff pitch 2022. I'm hoping to put that out on Monday. And then on Wednesday, I'm thinking about doing an old school Wednesday with another Stratomatic Basic. So we'll see how that goes, how my schedule goes and whatnot. But for now, it is Cleveland Indians defeating the Texas Rangers 3-2 here on Replay Baseball. Replay Baseball. 1993. Replay Baseball. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I'll see you all down the road.